Alrighty. So the Lakers, they have been playing extraordinarily well to start off the season. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting lots of laughs. I was expecting to come in here and say, JJ Reddick is doing exactly what we thought he would be doing, which is falling on his face. And it's the exact opposite. The team is playing very well for him. Is seemingly this player's coach that everyone has been saying that he is. Obviously, we're just three games into the season, but the Lakers look good. LeBron is playing off the ball, and it seems that he's doing what it takes to win. So if that means that he's, scoring less than 20 points and not being the player that is being showcased on the floor, it seems that he's okay with that, and he's doing what's necessary to win ball games. And I mean, I'm proud of the Lakers so far. 3-0. All that we can really say is, okay, when is the other shoe going to drop? But I think that Anthony Davis is showing and proving that he is the person that the offense should be running through. I think that Anthony Davis has, he should be the number one option. That's my opinion on that. I do want to play a soundbite from Austin Reeves after last night's game. They played against the Phoenix Suns, and Anthony Davis, I mean, it looked like they were going to lose to Phoenix. They were down by 22 points. They came back. Anthony Davis was nothing short of heroic in that game. And like I said, I think that he proved why people are calling him the best player on the Lakers. So let's listen to what Austin Reeves has to say.
Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. Wrong one.
Hey, has there been anything that Anthony Davis showed you guys in terms of demeanor or anything different about the start of this season from training camp to now to have these type of results in the regular season games?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is like he's been doing this. It's not unnormal, for him to do what he's been doing. I feel like, he's the best player on our team, and we play through him, and he's such a high level talent that I expect him to go out every single night and be dominant. So what he's been doing is, kind of, it's unreal, obviously, but, I expect him to go dominate the game in many facets. So, I'm just lucky to have him as a teammate.
I didn't ask you about this on the court, but the whole moment when the Dodgers, I think in hindsight, right, Freeman hits the walk-off. What was your perspective on that? Did you get it right away? Did you kind of have to wait until you saw the
They were cheering for me. I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. And then I looked up on the screen and seen him hit that nuke. So it's going to be a great series, it looks like. Yeah.
People may not know you were a youth baseball player, though, right?
I don't know if that's that.
Austin Reeves, he's not surprised by what Anthony Davis can do. I think that Austin Reeves is unapologetically honest oftentimes. I think that obviously he spent a lot of time with LeBron, and I'm not sure that I don't know that he believes that LeBron is the GOAT. I think that he sympathizes with LeBron and what he has seen him go through as his teammate. But Austin Reeves, he was very vocal. He was a vocal LeBron hater before joining the Lakers, before I think even going into the NBA. So he never respected LeBron, his game, and the team hopping and the manufacturing of titles. He used to tweet about it often. And I displayed those tweets on the show before in the past. And yeah, I mean, he flat out said that Anthony Davis, he's the best player on their team. The offense is and should be ran through him. So, I love that he said that, because it's true. Anthony Davis is playing like a number one option. I think that he played better than LeBron in the Olympics. He wasn't, I think, given, the opportunity to really show that. But I mean, at any time, Anthony Davis is the number one option on that team, and I'm not sure why they ever go away from that. And I get it; he was injured a lot. They say he had a low motor. When Anthony Davis is healthy for the Lakers, he is showing up and showing out. What did he have? I think he had 36 and 15 the other night. And, it's all about LeBron and Bronny. 36 and 15. That I believe that hasn't happened for the Lakers since Wilt Chamberlain was on the team. So for him to be able to accomplish these things, play this way, and for LeBron to be ranked higher than him, ESPN came out with a ranking, and I think LeBron was ranked number 7, and Anthony Davis might not have even been in the top 10, which is ridiculous. And just when you see the way that they're playing together, LeBron, he had a high scoring night tonight. He played well. He had, I think, 32 points and 9 assists. He still had 5 turnovers in the game. That's, I guess, not going to change. But Anthony Davis is the guy. His teammates know it. You guys heard it. And I think that it is, we need to recognize Anthony Davis as being the best player on the team. People think that LeBron has all of this IQ. People think that he's the best player, not only in the team, but maybe even in the league. And there's much to discuss about his IQ. It was so funny that there was a while ago, I think, was it last year or no, it was when Austin Reeves was a rookie. There was that famous meme of him looking so confused and LeBron was whispering in his ear, and people think that LeBron was just sharing this otherworldly, strategy for, playing game. And it's just really interesting. I have a sound bite of what actually happened here when Austin Reeves, he was talking to JJ Reddick when he had his podcast. What was it, The Old Man and the Three or something like that? I'm gonna play this for you guys. It's pretty funny.
Before we let you leave, I don't know the answer to this. You probably talked about this publicly, but the GIF, the video of LeBron and you, where he says something in your ear, and you have just the most incredible reaction. What did he say to you?
So we were in Brooklyn, and the game was over. We were up 25, and coach called a timeout and drew up a play. And you know how it is. You're up 25. Some people might not be listening. Some were staring somewhere else. And especially that year, it was my rookie year. Like I said, I asked a million questions, so I knew exactly what I was doing. So he draws up the play, and as I'm walking out, I'm like, Frank, I wasn't doing anything. I was standing on the left wing, not moving. And I just had to make sure. And so I'm walking on the court, and me being me, I asked Bron again. I was like, I ain't doing shit, am I? Like, I'm just chilling. He was like, no, you. I think he got mine and Russ's spot backwards.
Okay.
So he thought where I was supposed to be, where Russ was supposed to be. And he was like, no, you're coming over the top and then setting a back screen. And I'm just looking at him like, I don't think so. But I was just like, oh God. And then literally when I did it, I was, that's going to be, I go get my phone after the game, and my phone was fully charged, and I was looking, it was on like 5%. It was just blowing up. I was like, oh no.
That's amazing. Austin, appreciate the time for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Reeves, he's too honest. He's too honest in this interview with JJ, and it's funny because this is the last question that he's being asked on his way out the door, and clearly JJ Reddick wasn't ready for that reply. He was hoping to get a sound bite of Austin Reeves just saying how smart LeBron was. I mean, you got to remember, JJ Reddick and LeBron, they were going to have this podcast called Mind the Game. So what he said doesn't fit the narrative that LeBron has this amazing IQ in basketball and he's just able to envision and sort of predict everything that's happening on the floor like he's clairvoyant. So yeah, I thought that that was really funny. But for me, Anthony Davis is by far in a way the best player on the Lakers squad, and I would even say that he's been the very best player since he joined the team. So even in the 2020 finals, he was the best player. I thought that he should have been finals MVP. I I felt that I think that it was easy for it to be given to LeBron. I felt that he was front running against a very weak Miami Heat team, but Anthony Davis is a reason why they beat the Nuggets and even got to the finals. And yeah, I mean, he's the best player on their team. Just what he's able to do in his position, how he is able to dominate in the paint. For me, he plays fantastic against Embiid, Jokic. He is really great. And he hasn't been given his flowers. In fact, he's been blamed pretty much every season when the Lakers lose. So I am curious to hear what you guys have to say about Anthony Davis. I am going to, read some more comments. I'm going to put the number back up on the screen. We do have we have a call that I'm going to take. Lawrence, what does that have to do with anything? Russell won so much. They named the finals MVP after him. They named the MVP after Jordan for marketing. Okay, that's interesting. So Michael Jordan didn't do anything for the sport. He doesn't deserve a most valuable player award. Got it. Very interesting. Dylan from North Dakota, talk to me nice.
Hi, Dominic. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you doing today?
Good, not too bad. You brought up the Lakers topic, so I want to chime in on that.
Absolutely.
Although they're 3-0, all three games have been at home, and all three games have been kind of close. I thought last night they should have lost, but man, when you're giving Austin trash Reeves, those flopping calls, he wouldn't get those calls on any other team. Only the Lakers he's getting those calls. Should have lost that game, but I thought they'd lose at least one or two of these three games. But I feel like because they're in the same boat as all the other teams except Denver. Denver has their number, although Denver is struggling, which kind of pissed me off because I hate the Lakers so bad because of LaFraud. And Denver, I can't stand him.
I think that the way the Lakers are playing, they're going to beat the Nuggets. I really do.
Really?
I think they'll beat them this year. I think that they'll collapse in the postseason at some point. Even if they make it back to the final, even if the Lakers get to the finals, I don't see them winning the title. But yeah, I agree with you. The free throw disparity is there. That's not going anywhere, and teams need to figure out how to overcome that. Phoenix had horrible turnovers. Bradley Beal should be traded, in my opinion. He never should have been placed next to Kevin Durant.
Right.
He's just not meant to be a visible player, in my opinion.
Right. And last year when Nick Wrong was comparing or saying that Austin was a better third big three than him, I mean, you should take that personally. You have to and then destroy Austin Reeves next time you played him. But everything was falling in the first half, and then second half I was watching the Yankees play, turning back to the game afterwards, and I'm like, crap, what the hell just happened? But yeah, KD is way too soft with the ball. That's what I hate about him. He's got so much talent. If he shot the ball every possession, that team would never lose a game. That's how aggressive you got to be, selfish you got to be, and that's what I don't like about him. But again, with the Nuggets, I feel like they know Nuggets can beat them. But right now, Nuggets got to get some shooters. I don't know what Calvin Booth is thinking right now. He let go of their four of their best players off the bench really these past 2 years. especially losing Caldwell Pope this year. We all knew that was a big mistake. But he never picked up any shooters. Klay Thompson would have been a perfect fit with the Nuggets. How many open looks he would have gotten. And I do like him with the Mavericks because now he gets even more open looks with those two penetrators, Kyrie and Luka. But once Nuggets, I'm hoping pick up some pieces. They gotta trade Peyton Watson. I don't think he brings any value, but they gotta pick up some shooters. And I think once they do, Denver should beat them again. But again, they feel like they can beat any team in the West except the Nuggets. It's because they don't have an answer for Jokic, I feel like. But the shit is scaring me, to be honest, because I hate them so much. And they're 3-0.
Try not to have too much hate in your heart. Try to look through the lens of, hey, I want to see good basketball, Try not to hate him so much, because hopefully LeBron's career will come to an end, and who knows, who knows if we'll ever see someone that can bum rush the lane like LeBron. I don't know that we will.
Right, and the only reason I don't like him is because of just how narcissistic he is. I just can't stand that about him. I argued with a couple of people on Instagram a couple of days ago, and they said he's not arrogant, he's confident. I'm like, what's the definition of arrogant and confidence then? It's like, you can't be stupid if you don't think he's arrogant. That's not confidence. But yeah, it's so hard for me to like him as a basketball player just because of the person he thinks he is.
Yeah.
The basketball player. He's just so arrogant. It just rubs me off the wrong way.
I totally
get
it.
They play Phoenix on Monday, I think. So hopefully they'll lose that game. And then
hopefully Phoenix will learn. They're just out here losing games. They look horrible. The turnovers are they're just so bad. But
I agree.
I wish you happy, I wish you just a happy spirit as you're watching. Okay.
I appreciate that. I'll try my best, but no, I don't hate him
Dylan.
as a person. Just as a basketball player, I don't like him.
I
But
know.
yeah, I just don't want to take up too much of your time. Thanks for taking my call, and
Thank you for calling
have a great
in.
rest of your night and show.
You
Absolutely.
too.
Have a good night.
Alrighty, you too,
Take care.
Dylan. Bye bye.
Thank you.
I have another call that we're gonna take, guys.
Yeah, hello.
Drew from California. Talk to me nice.
Yeah, what's up, Dom? How you doing?
I'm doing so well. Basketball season has started. I'm happy.
Yeah, same here, same here. What's the current topic right now? Are you still on the Lakers?
Yeah, right now we're talking about the Lakers. Do you think that Anthony Davis is the number one option on the team? Do you think he's the best player for the Lakers currently?
Yeah. So like, I think I used to tell people this before. Like, I used to say that when Anthony Davis is healthy, he's the best two-way player in the world. Like, the things that he does for their team on the offense and defensive end, I don't see anybody else in the league that can do that when he's healthy and he's playing. And honestly, like, I think the Lakers, they might end up having to rely on the play-in tournament again and be like a 7th or 8th seed. But I think because, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but the Western Conference, outside of OKC, Minnesota, Dallas, and maybe Denver, the rest of the West doesn't look that strong to me.
Right.
So it's possible that, if JJ Reddick, if he can bring some consistency where the Lakers have a consistent rotation, and everybody on the team knows their assignment, and they have some kind of identity, and AD's doing his thing, continues to be their best player, the Lakers could probably end up in like the 6th seat, maybe 5th seat.
Yeah.
So
No, I think
so
that
it's
they're going to appear like a contender this season. And I think
yeah,
JJ even mentioned that, the Lakers, the front office had no expectation for them to win a title this year. And I think that they're going to get so close that he looks like a hero. So if there's no expectation, then anything that you do looks great.
yeah, yeah, and like it'll be it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out. Um, but I wanted to also ask you a question related to the NBA,
Sure.
just to get your thoughts on it.
Go right ahead.
So so what do you think? Like, what if what if Pat Riley becomes the NBA commissioner? How do you think that would look?
I think that that would be awesome if he was the NBA commissioner. I don't think that it'll happen.
Uh,
NBA is very insular, and
yeah.
so, you know, Pat Riley, I don't think that he's in that's sort of like society, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, I got
it's
you.
very familial. Do you get where I'm going
Mhm.
with this? Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
certain owners who own teams, and there's only kind of like one group of ownership in the NBA,
Mhm,
and there's only
mhm.
been one kind of NBA commissioner. So I'd
Yeah,
love to see Pat Riley be the commissioner, but I don't see that happening based on his background.
yeah. It's just something I was thinking about because, like, I was like, damn, I wonder how the culture would change if he was in charge. But
It's
yeah, that's
just
a good
it's
point.
very institutional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you take a look, there are certain demographics that own teams and a lot of demographics that don't, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Um. The other question I wanted to ask you, because I wasn't able to tune into your last live.
mhm.
Um. One of the topics that you discussed was Anthony Edwards, and he's my favorite player right now. He's what brought me back to the NBA, and the
Mhm.
reason why like I'm actually excited for the season again.
Yeah.
Um, I believe it has something to do with you guys were discussing his comments about leadership, about what Jordan and Kobe or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear it, but like what were your thoughts on it?
Pretty much my thoughts were that I'm okay. So I'm okay with his statement that he made about leadership. I'm okay with him saying that you have to pretty much he was saying that leadership is situational and that you have
Yeah.
to meet people where they're at. So not everybody can be spoken to the same way. You might be able to curse
Hmm.
out one team member, but another person you might have to pull them to the side and give them feedback. Some people don't want to be criticized in public, or they don't want to be spoken to harshly or disrespected, or he pretty much was responding to being asked about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's leadership,
Hmm.
and he said that that he disagreed with their leadership. He's felt that
Hmm.
their leadership would not work in today's league because you need to be more situational. And so my thought on that was that he's right about what he said about leadership, but he's wrong about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan because they were situational. That's one. He wasn't there to know what their leadership was like. He wasn't there to see how they might have had to adjust depending on who they were talking to. Nobody's going to sit here and tell me that Michael Jordan was ready and willing to punch um, Dennis Rodman in the face.
Yeah.
None of that
Yeah.
happened. We all watched The Last Dance, and he was harder on some teammates than others. He knew who he could punch in the face and who he couldn't.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows who they're going to be able to do certain things to. And yeah, I mean, I think that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were a great leader, and they led their teams the way that they had to in order to win. And that
Yeah.
leadership is going to look different for everybody. So
Mm,
my problem with Anthony Edwards, I love his game, and he kind of got me excited for what I thought was culture coming back in the NBA, being willing to play defense, really wanting to be available for every game. Anthony Edwards embodies those things, and I really, really like his game. I like the things he was saying post game, after a loss, after a win. He really had the spirit that I feel like is necessary to be a great NBA player. And
Yeah, because mhm.
but his comments and what he's been saying about past generations, I don't agree with, and it's turning me off. I think that he just needs to shut up, put his head down, and try to figure out a way to win. Talking about the competition in front of you and focusing on what you're going to do to win, pointing the finger inward, I think is really important. And I think it's something that players need to do more. And I feel like he was negatively influenced by LeBron and, the guys that he was playing with on the Olympics.
Yeah, because just me as a fan, my concern is that he might pick up a few bad habits from LeBron or Kevin Durant or maybe even Curry. But really, the statement he made about Jordan being the only one with skill in the '90s, I think he got tripped up and he didn't know how to answer that question.
Nope, I
But
agree with you. When I
I
covered
just
it, I said the same thing. I said that,
yeah, and
hey, I feel like he just, he really didn't answer properly. He wasn't prepared, but
yeah,
it kind of keeps continuing. And I do think that he
yeah,
needs media training. I think that he needs to even just to do some research. You are a
yeah,
professional NBA player. You're one of the best players in the league, and you don't know your forefathers. You don't know the guys that came before you, what took place in the fraternity that you're a part of. So it's just
yeah,
kind of, it's creating a division, I think, amongst fans. And it's going to, this is going to continue, and it's
yeah, and
happening so much. It started with
mhm.
LeBron, right? LeBron versus Jordan, and everybody, they can't handle the pressure of being compared to Michael Jordan. And that's what I'm seeing. I think that's what
Yeah,
we're all
and
seeing before our eyes.
yeah, it's real easy to disprove. Like you just gotta go watch some highlights of Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill before the injuries. So
Right.
there's plenty of guys back then who had handles and had different moves and skill sets. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes people do like just overreact or I don't know, fall for the clickbait stuff. Um, like because and he never specifically said that he disagrees with Jordan and Kobe's style of leadership. I think that's just something that the media added. But yeah, pretty much. I felt the same way. Like I agree with what you said. But I look forward to this season, man. And my favorite thing about Ant is that he doesn't miss very many games. Like he doesn't like that low managing stuff. Whenever like I hear Charles Barkley or some of these older guys complain about stars not wanting to play, I mean, I know that Anthony doesn't have that problem. He's trying to play all 82 games and he's probably going to try and go for it again this year. So in like in all of his 4 years, he's played more than 70 games. And I think that's really dope that it's unfortunately it's rare to see a star player have that kind of durability and availability. But I hope it starts like a trend.
No, I would love that. I agree with you. I'm here for it.
For sure. So yeah, love the show. You're doing a great job, and that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Drew. It's such a pleasure to chat with you. You should call in more when you can, when you get a chance.
For sure, for sure.
All
All
right.
right, have a good night.
Thanks so much, Drew, for calling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, we've had some really, really great calls tonight, guys. I'm so happy with the engagement in the chat. It's been really awesome to hang out with you guys tonight. Yes, if we can get some more likes going, that would be amazing. Hit the like button, guys. I'll read some more comments. Oh, actually, we have another caller. So, Alexander, talk to me nice.
Hey, good evening. You were up late?
I know. I'm sorry.
No apologies. You're fine. Yeah, this is great stuff. You have a good late night voice. Yeah, pretty cool. Soothing.
Thank you. Well, I'm really happy that you were able to join us tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for holding me down in the chat and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, like, do you think that Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers? Is he the number one option? You know, what do you envision happening with the Lakers this season?
Anthony Davis has always been the best player. Even in their first, like his first arrival there before before the season shut down for COVID,
Hmm.
they were the best team. They were the number one seed, and I think it's because they had Anthony Davis more than LeBron James being on the team. Because we've seen LeBron James with the team, and I believe he underachieved with that young team with Bonzo, Ingram, Clarkson, um, et cetera. All those young guys that are excelling in other places right now.
Yeah.
That but Anthony Davis got there, and it just seems like he is the centerpiece for their championship more than LeBron would be in any year. And let's just say they finished out the season in 2020. My barber's from LA. Been cutting my hair for 12 years, and I'm looking at him saying, dude, Anthony Davis got some Kobe stuff. Like he hitting fadeaways, baseline. He's D'ing up. Pause.
No, I mean, he
But
looks really good out there.
yeah, and what I also thought was what was missing from the Lakers during that juncture was just another big to absolve him of being the five, to give Anthony Davis more energy and space to operate, which I think Rui helps that. I think Rui is a good five, but not a great five, and not a true five, but enough of a five to absolve Anthony Davis of labor. And I think LeBron could help absolving Anthony Davis of labor if he stops playing defense, kind of like his son, lethargic and palms up. If LeBron would just put more energy on the defensive end, they'd be a different team. But Anthony Davis, he covers up a whole lot of what the Lakers lack on defense, and that's what a big does for, at least a good big does for championship teams. Like I believe they were early in the year, where I remember I called in earlier on another show where I gave you all their numbers run down, and you got two guys putting up 16, and you got Anthony Davis giving you 25, 12, and 2, over 50% for the field. LeBron giving you 25, 7 to 7. Rui's damn near a double figure player. So it's like, I think you got Spencer Dinwiddie. Do they still have Spencer Dinwiddie?
I don't think they have Spencer anymore.
Oh, then okay, good. Do they still have Christian Wood?
Yes.
That he was the best defensive option for the Mavericks, and I think they have a good team up and down if they run it through Anthony Davis. Case in point.
Yeah.
And it only makes sense.
What did you think about tonight's game? Amadou Sek, he's asking us to talk about tonight's game. Just to let you know, I thought it was hilarious that LeBron was yelling at Rui Hachimura about swinging the ball to him. He was saying, like, I'm hot, you need to swing the ball to me. And he yelled at him. And I'm wondering what, that was grounded in. Was it just him demanding the ball? Was he feeling like Anthony Davis is the best player of the team? I need to score my points because, first two games he was very low scoring. So
Right.
not very low, but I think the first game he had, what did he have? 21 points. Second game, he was somewhere around 16 points, but he didn't score much. I think like through the second half, he had like 2 points.
Yeah, I believe I didn't see the game, and I live in Sacramento.
Oh,
I support the Kings, but just hearing you put the game in perspective like that, and they won, it's like, man, what are you tripping for? Like,
Right.
are you being a little insecure, man?
I mean,
you ain't.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what, I don't know. I just think it's interesting that he scored 32 tonight. Like, was it in, doing everything that it takes to win? He also had 5 turnovers. So,
Ooh.
I would say that LeBron played well tonight, especially in comparison to the other nights. But, I do think, and as you can see, I mean, the score was close. So what I notice, and what I usually notice, is that when LeBron has a high scoring night, it's usually in a loss or the game is really close. So I'm just, I want a larger sample size of the Lakers. I want to see them, 20 games into the season. And then I feel like I'm going to have a better opinion of this team, of LeBron and how he's playing in year 22, of Anthony Davis. And I mean, my opinion is that AD is the best player. I've always thought that. So, but I'm just curious to see, like, are they going to be a pretender or a contender this season?
And yeah, just to hear that little moment right there was LeBron trying to make his stamp of, oh, I'm still in control here. It's kind of
Right.
like a control freak mechanism. I don't even know what the score was, but the way that they're rolling right now, there was no good reason for that moment to happen. And it's going to go viral. And people are going to ask him about it because it's the Lakers.
Yeah.
They make a story out of anything.
They won
And
by
then
4
Rui,
points. They won by 4
oh,
points tonight.
right on. So if LeBron wants to make it a point of emphasis to get him the ball, there's other ways of doing it there other than making it a question or a public story that we could talk about here. It's something you can go to a timeout with or put your arm around him and go, hey, man, instead of just making it a point of emphasis.
I mean, from what I saw, they won this game. It was clean. It was legit. They didn't have a huge free throw disparity. The Kings actually shot one more free throw than they did. They made more free throws than they did. They even made more 3-pointers. Where the Lakers were really able to dominate them, it was in the paint.
Yeah. I was about to ask, did Anthony Davis finish the game?
Anthony Davis played very well. I think he played better than LeBron.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got him there. It hints why they won. Because they won without him.
And again, it was a close game. So
Right.
the Lakers only scored 2 more points in the paint than the Kings did. They equally had the same amount of fouls in the game. But where the Lakers beat the Kings, it was in rebounds. And so
they wouldn't have beat the Kings without Anthony Davis. No.
Oh, of course not. I mean, Anthony Davis, he had a great stat line. So I believe he had 31 points.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had 31 points. He had 9 rebounds. So he was just short of a double-double.
Right.
LeBron actually had a triple-double. So
right
LeBron out-rebounded AD. He had 14 rebounds, 10 assists. But just, what it looked like, I would say that Anthony Davis had a better game. Just
right, because LeBron had 5 turnovers.
Correct.
You don't even want 4 turnovers. If you're the primary ball handler,
right,
you don't want 4 turnovers. You have 5. But
exactly.
we have Anthony Davis, so it covered up a lot of that.
Exactly.
And to the Austin Reeves tape that you played, they say he has the highest IQ on the court. I'm like, that is so overhyped. Hence the moment, I don't blame JR at all. And I'm in the minority on that. I'm like, JR did not screw up. First of all, why is George Hill on the line when the guy is 51-8-8? And hence he missed the second shot. I know if Luke Longley gets the rebound for the Bulls or Kukoc gets the rebound, we're calling timeout. And LeBron, instead of calling timeout, he blames JR. And I'm just like, bro, that's you're wrong. And then you go back to the huddle with the ice pack on his back, and he's asking the coach, we had a timeout, and he falls back in his seat. He didn't even know. So it just hints he doesn't know 100% of everything that he's possibly doing out there, because he's passing the ball when he's attacking the paint, when he's the best paint attacker, and he gives it to a guy so far away at the 3-point line, which is a lower percentage shot, if LeBron's so analytically the best guy on the court. There's just a lot of things that I believe is overhyped about his basketball IQ, hence moments like that, whereas if he was such a high IQ player, he would have been known to run this offense through Anthony Davis.
Right. You're right. Bars, mic drop.
But I've always believed the Lakers were always a championship contender with Darvin Ham, with Frank Vogel. With Luke Walton, they surprised me because they're up 25 on the Warriors Christmas Day before LeBron, quote unquote, pulls his groin. I'm like, man, they're dogging my guys out here.
Yeah.
And they're They're lengthy on defense. They're active. They're playing with a lot of energy, and LeBron just didn't want to play with them. Hence, he's throwing the ball off the backboard again this year.
Yeah.
Hence, where his head is from time to time.
I mean, if
But
LeBron just needs to, manufacture the team, sort of like orchestrate, if he has to be the person picking the coach, I mean, if JJ Reddick can help LeBron play better and the Lakers play better, I'm here for it. I was definitely cracking jokes on JJ. I had little to zero respect for him.
Rightfully so.
He's going to have to.
He was coaching with fourth graders before this.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that he's still
laughable. Yeah,
he's got a long way to go in earning our respect, right? Darvin Ham, he took the Lakers to the Western Conference Final in year 1.
And they were the first playing. They were the first playing team to get that far.
Exactly, and
they wanted, and they popped champagne during his tenure. Like, believe it or not.
And then they turned around and they won the in-season tournament with Darvin Ham. So
and they hung the banner.
Correct. So, and look, I don't really take too much. Like, I don't praise that in-season tournament so much. They turn around and were a first round knockout, but
me neither. They don't even hang. They don't even hang conference championship banners. They don't.
Yep. It's definitely different.
And like one more thing is like LeBron's problem is like he doesn't buy in to the coaches eventually after a while. He always comes with the new coach. He always comes out with the new energy. So it doesn't shock me that the Lakers are where they are 2-3 games in. But with LeBron uniquely falling out of the primary reason why they're here is going to make this a very unique situation. And I'm cool with him being cool with Bronny going to the G League, because let's just get the truth out there already, which is a whole nother topic, the next topic, but I'll let you get to that later. But I just believe LeBron has to buy in. Because he didn't buy in he didn't buy into Darvin Ham.
Right.
He bought into Vogel, but he gave up on Vogel because he wanted to put Russ responsibility on Vogel instead of where it should have lied, which is where LeBron was the primary reason why Russ was there in the first place. So LeBron, it was up to LeBron to figure out how he fits into the offense, because Frank Vogel has the defense on lock, hence the ring. So I just believe LeBron just having to buy in. If he buys into the JJ system with him being the second, maybe even the third option to score, he'll be more of a champion than he knows if he just buys in. What made the Patriots great was that Tom Brady was there, so it wasn't all bad. What made the Bulls great was that anybody that showed up, you show that Jordan bought into Phil. He bought into Doug Collins as well, and Kobe. Kobe has had close to the same amount of coaches as LeBron. But Kobe has never had the reputation of being a coach killer, because he bought in, and it was evident he bought in. You left the game knowing he bought in. You left a Laker game or a Laker Staples Center arena feeling like, man, I was not cheated out of my ticket. I know Kobe gave it all. You never blamed anybody but Kobe, and you didn't want to, but you knew it was his fault.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy.
So if LeBron just buys into this way, they're going to be the championship team that I believe they could be year in and year out. But LeBron being the primary ball handler, I don't like it. But I just like ball movement and running it through Anthony Davis. Hence how the Lakers won, running it through Shaq and then running it through Kobe or Powell, or even Bynum from time to time, just to buy in a ball movement and commitment to defensive end is the simple champion multi-time, being a player of his caliber. But buying in is very, very important, because if he doesn't buy in, you see where the team goes. And if LeBron is even buying in just a little bit, this is where the team is. So running through Anthony Davis, that's my thing about it.
I'm here for it. I'm with you on that. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to let you ride on that note. Yeah.
No, great call. Great call. Really love your commentary. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for holding me down in the chat too.
For sure, Dominique. Anytime. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. You have a good night, okay?
You too.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. I guess we're gonna move. We're gonna move to the next topic.